back to our channel. Here is the second part and the concluding video of our pleated flag gown. For the first video, please kindly check the comment section for the link. Like I mentioned in the first video that I used the second method while working with this particular cloth. Now I notched my bodies for my space ratio that was even, one at the center back, one at the side. Then between the side and the center front, I had a notch. Then I had a notch at the center front, and the other between the side and the center front. Then the other center back, the midpoint of it, I notched. Yes, so making it 7 numbers of bust pleat we are going to have together. Please, when you're notching the back, you have to omit the zipper allowance so that you can get the midpoint properly. Then I took my bodies to measure the waist round. Here you are going to measure around the waist that we have already joined the upper bodies along with your zipper allowance, and here we can see I have 25. Then I also measured our waist, the flare skirt that we've cut. I measure around the waist region to have to know the number we have, and here we have 74. Please note that when I was cutting this down flare, I did not do the first method. I just cut in excess, so that's why I'm measuring round, because I don't know what I have there. If I have used the first method, I will have known the number that I'm going to have there with the calculation that I did in the first video. So here we are going to take our calculator. You minus 25 from the 74 you got, so that we can know the excess we have. So we have 49. Then remember that we have 7 numbers of bust pleat. So you are going to divide the excess divided by the number of bust pleat you have. So here we have 7 as our bust pleat. So we are going to divide the 49 divided by 7, and that one is the answer is going to give us 7. This answer will now be our bust pleat ratio that we are going to now input, that we are going to use to create our bust pleat. So you can see me, I'm measuring it. That's a 7. You're going to notch it. So this 7 is going to serve as your bust pleat. You will see me kissing it down to that point. So I'm going to notch the middle also, so that I will know where the middle is going to touch, because we are going to make sure that the middle is going to touch where you're going to pleat the first 2 notch. So all those notch are going to meet at that center point. That is going to meet at the point we notched on our bodies. So kindly just repeat if you don't understand at your first view. So I did it again. You are going to measure the 7. So when you measure the 7, you're going to notch that 7, because that 7 is going to be our ratio. Then you're going to notch the middle point. Like you can see that I'm doing when you notched it. So all these 3 notches are going to be on that notched on our bodies. You will see the first notch I'm going to place, this is middle notched. Then the last notched, the middle notch is like 3.5. So that one will help us to create our 4 side bust pleat, which I'm going to pin. So the last one, which is on that 7 point, you can see me that I've kissed it on that same point. So your 3 notch must be on the same point that we have already created, like the points, the position of your bust pleat. So this will help you to have an equal share on both sides of your bust pleat. That's again, I'm going to repeat the process again for us, because that place was thick. So I'm using the needle to and the pin, the office pin, to hold it. So that also, you can see I flipped over because I've already done one before for us to see. So this one will help you to create your uneven bust pleat, an even space ratio. Here again, you will see from that point, you see that I did not pleat till I got to the next point. That space that I didn't pleat at all, that is our what? That's our space ratio that we have already created when we are notching. Then here again, you see me, I'm going to measure 7 inches again, which is our what? Bust pleat ratio. Then when I notched, I'm going to get the midpoint. The midpoint is 3.5. Then all these 3 pleats must be on your bust pleat position, which is on your basic bodies, that which is on your upper bodies. You will see me, I'm going to make sure that all these 3 notch are on the same position so that it can create this bust pleat evenly. So this will help us to get a even allocation for both bust pleat and also for our space ratio. Remember in the previous video I used 3 as our space ratio, but this one is what you notched that you're going to have as your space ratio. So this continues. These are the sequence allocation we are going to do till we pleat it round. Like you can see, I have allocated it and it's giving me exact bust pleat and the space ratio that I want. So I will just mash just the skirt alone on these bodies. Remember that I just pinned down. So when I finished mashing the top, so I took it away from the bodies, then I was setting the down part. You have to set that down part, hold it down with the pin, ensure that it is equally allocated so that it's going to rhyme with the upper allocation that you've already created. So I'm going to use my pin up through these. Then after this, you will see the outcome. You can see that is equally allocated because all this has to be even, so you won't have one side is bigger than the other. Then you are going to use your either your iron, or if you have a transfer machine, like you can see, I use my transfer so that I can make that bust pleat line permanently. So it's going to be last and it's going to what? It's going to give us that permanent shape. So when you wash, it's not going to be puffing out. You can see the difference after I finish pressing it. Then join back to your upper bodies. I didn't know I didn't video my net when I unzipper and my sleeve. The sleeve I just cut a basic sleeve, then I added a band to the tip of it. So now to the beading part of it, I'm going to put the pearl. I use my pearl machine. I'm going to put the pearl, then I'm putting there's a small iron that is going to attach both bead and the pearl together. So you just press it hard on your collar or wherever design where you want to drop your design. So that's it, the bead and the little pin, attachment pin. You go to the market and ask for bead and attachment pin. So that's how I use it to create this beautiful pleated gown. Thanks so much for sticking to us. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. So once you get this number 42, you're going to
like I'm showing us here that this is the number of bust pleats we are using, and here this is another this in the bust pleat ratio, which is 6. So the answer is 42, like I said earlier on. So this answer, you are going to set it apart. So now the waist, as let's assume the waist measurement we are using here is going to be 24. You are going to add your zipper allowance, which is 2 inches to it, because we need all this measurement. You are going to add your zipper allowance with it. So you're going to sum up everything together. That's 24 plus 2 is 26, and you're going to add it up with your 42, which is going to give us 68 inches. So you're going to divide this with your radius measurement, which is mathematics. When we want to cut our plate is what? 6.28. So you're going to divide it, and the answer you're going to get, we're going to get 10.82. Then you can either leave it 10.82 or you approximate the answer. I'm going to approximate it to 11 inches, because this will help when you are marking out also, so that you won't be shortage when marking. So the next one we are going to calculate is to get our skirt, like the down part length. How do we get it? You know, we are working with gown. You're going to take off your half length away from your gown length. So the remaining inches you have will be the length part that we are going to have. So we are using 36 here as an example, and our half length is 11. When we take it off, we have 25. So this 25, which is our length, you are going to add your waist seam allowance that you're going to join to your upper bodies, and your hemi allowance you are going to use to turn the down part. You know, we are working with flay. Don't forget this flay, I had to turn it with a lining. I used taffeta as my lining. So when you are adding your waist allowance, I'm telling us not to use half inch. The least you can use is 0.75, so that you can join them together conveniently. You know, it sometimes it can be bulky. While the down part, you can either use the 0.5 or the 0.75. But here I use for the waist joining, I use 0.75, and for the hemi part I use is 0.5. So I'm going to add it up to our voice shortage. So now here you can see I've already cut my I have cut my perfect cycle, and I'm already turning it with my lining, which is taffeta I said earlier on, but I've already joined it with my paper stay. I've enhanced it with my paper stay, and the fabric also I also doing it with paper stay. So your fabric might have journey, especially if you're working with a short fabric. So I've already turned the down part, and I'm securing the upper part down, so that I don't want it to be flaying up and down. So I've already turned it, and now we have our perfect cycle being turned.